Hey guys, so I just wanted to share this. So I recently picked up a couple of these 14 terabyte drives. Now I'm going to be upgrading the one of my Z pools in my primary NAS. So I have a disk that's actually one of my 2 terabyte drives in my NAS is starting to fail. So I'm going to be replacing that pretty soon. And I at the same time I also need to upgrade the capacity on my NAS. So I'm going to be replacing this 2 terabyte drive with a 14 terabyte drive. And then I'm going to, once that's synced over and I've resilvered, I'm going to replace the other drive in the mirror. So so my Z pool actually contains 4 mirrors, and I have a total of 11 terabytes in this Z pool. So I'm going to be replacing 2 of those terabytes with a 14 terabyte with two 14 terabyte disks. So one of the mirrors is going to be uh, is going to be replaced with two 14 terabyte disks. So I'm going to be expanding the capacity on my NAS and also replacing a disk that's kind of failing. So I mostly use Western Digital drives, actually all of them so far, but I decided to pick up this Toshiba drive because it was really inexpensive compared to equivalent drives out there, and the ratings look pretty good. So this is the X300. So it's supposedly for performance in gaming, desktop PC, which I don't know. If you're really gaming, you should be using an SSD, not a drive like this. So it's kind of weird that they call it for gaming. But any case, personally, I don't care if it's fast or not because this is just going on a relatively low speed, mass storage NAS. So it's something I access over the network anyways. I do kind of want it to be fast so I can, transfer things on and off the drives and so I can perform maintenance and the drives will repair quickly, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't need it to be like fast like an SSD, and I don't need it to, I'm not looking for gaming performance. But in any case, I was looking at some of the reviews, and like I actually picked this up directly from Micro Center, not from Amazon. But I looked at the reviews on Amazon because those are the only reviews I really trust, and I found similar products to this in different sizes, but the ones with a lot of reviews. Usually, I look for something with like 1,000 reviews, and I make sure that they're all positive. But the ones I could find with enough reviews that were all positive were like the X300 Pro rather than the X300. I couldn't find the exact same drive with a ton of reviews on it, but maybe because I didn't look hard enough. But it looks like the equivalent drives were all rated very well, and generally they're not bad drives. So I kind of feel like this was a safe choice. And even if it isn't, it's 2 drives, right? And so I'm putting them in a Z pool. So if one fails, I mean, probably they're just as reliable as anything else. And if one of them fails, uh, I still have the other one anyways, and I still back up my NAS to my secondary NAS anyways. So I replicate everything and have offsite storage too. So I have plenty of backups. So it's not that huge of a concern. So this is probably just as good of a drive. Now, 7,200 RPM. I mean, it's a little bit faster than some of the other discs in my NAS, but it's fine. Um, I mean, it's not. I really don't care that it is faster for this use case, but I guess it doesn't hurt that it is. In any case, this was relatively cheap. The other thing I was kind of considering getting was it, other than this, I was looking at Western Digital drives, and the it looks like at the moment, with the brief searching that I did, it would have been, if I did go with Western Digital, it would have been cheaper to buy like a 14 terabyte external drive and shuck it rather than just buying an internal drive. I'm not sure which variation. I haven't done enough research to see which variation comes in the external drives, which actual internal drive is inside them, but it wouldn't matter. I would pick any one of them would be fine, so long as it's the right capacity and everything. So I was kind of thinking that I might I was almost thinking of buying a couple external Western Digital drives and just shucking them and then putting those in my NAS. But fortunately, I didn't have to. I found these Toshibas at Micro Center and picked those up. So, I put the order in, then I took a drive down to Micro Center and just picked them up. Micro Center is pretty good. I find like the prices are vaguely on par with Amazon. Any case, if you want to know where you can pick this up, I'm gonna try to put a link to this and maybe some other drives that are vaguely equivalent to it in the description of this video. So if you want to pick up the same thing or something similar, just check the description of the video. Or if you have a micro center near you, you might want to just drive down there and pick a couple drives up, however you feel like doing it. But yeah, just wanted to share this. So I am actually probably going to do a video where I show myself actually upgrading my NAS with this. So stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so YouTube actually gives you notification when we do come out with new videos. We have a lot of great stuff coming up besides me actually upgrading my NAS. I'm also going to be doing a lot of ZFS videos coming up, like how to replace a disk and that sort of stuff. And we do a lot of other content like electronics, servers, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, coding, like robots, Raspberry Pis, 3D printings, a lot of great tech stuff you're not going to want to miss out on. So definitely hit the subscribe button. If you've had any experience with this drive or whatever drives you have had experience, do feel free to share your experience down below in the comments, not just for me, but for other people who come along and watch this video as well. Just share your experience for them also. But yeah, also definitely leave a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and yeah, I don't know if there's a whole lot else I wanted to say about this today. I mean, they have some things in the box, but it's just general marketing stuff. There's some technical data about this on the back of the box, about which series is which. So like your N300 is meant for a NAS, whereas your X300 is performance desktop PC. Then they have like a P300 and an L200 for laptops and regular desktops. But realistically, I don't know how much I trust those as being like you don't have to get those for that use case. Like you don't really need the N300. That may or may not be marketing. I don't know how much of an advantage that really gives you, and I haven't really looked into the details as to why you might choose to do that. But I'm sure this is completely fine. And for my use case for my NAS, like I'm using ZFS, and I'm managing things properly and everything. I really don't think there's like I scrub my disks and I do everything I'm supposed to do. So I don't think there's any real need to get the N300, though I haven't looked into it. I just did not see it listed when I searched. So any case, yeah, this is the drive that I chose to go with. So basically, I'm going to be taking my drive. I'm going to be increasing my drive space by 12 terabytes. So I'm going to be basically this is I have 11 terabytes of capacity, and it's about 9 of those are filled up. So I'm kind of running short on drive space, and I'm going to take two of those 11 terabytes, and I'm going to replace that 2 terabyte mirror with a new. Basically, I'm replacing each drive in one of the 4 mirrors to which it makes more sense if you're actually looking at how the disks are laid out. I'm probably not describing it very well, so unless you actually see how it's laid out. But essentially, I'm going to be adding 12 terabytes to the capacity since I'm taking away those 2 terabyte disks and adding a 14 on there. So yeah, essentially that puts me up at like 23 terabytes. So yeah, around 23 terabytes. So I'm going to go from like an 11 terabyte Z pool to a 23 terabyte, which is kind of nice. It gives me some space to grow, but eventually I will probably end up replacing some of my other mirrors with 14 terabyte disks. If these work out, which I can't imagine they wouldn't, yeah, I'm probably eventually going to be expanding the entire Z pool a whole lot more. I do have 9 disks inside my NAS now, one operating system disk, and 8 data disks. And this is actually what you can see behind me here. I'm actually doing a scrub right now, and it's actually repairing one of my disks. So if you see here, this is me SSH'd in from my MacBook. So SSH'd into my Ubuntu-based NAS, and you can see here these are the. Really, I should do a screen capture of this, but since I just happen to have it here in the background while I'm doing this quick video, I'm just recording it with my phone like this. I'm recording this video with my phone. But yeah, anyways, these are the Z pools, and you can see it shows one of them is repairing down here. This guy's repairing, and yeah, almost 900K repaired. So it's almost done. And let's see. So it does work out, but this disk has been having continuously, it's been having trouble. So it looks like it's repaired it, and it looks like it actually cleared all of the errors. Which, yeah, scrub repaired, 896 in 8 hours and 5 minutes with zero errors on Sunday, July 16th at 10:33 in 2023. So this is in New York time. But in any case, yeah, so looks like it's done, and I'm actually ready to go ahead. I don't know if I'm going to do this tonight or tomorrow, but I'm going to, I guess, first replace that one disc. So it was repairing that disc. Looks like it's all repaired, but every time I scrub it and it's repaired, it ends up having trouble. It might not even be the disc. It might actually be like the cable, maybe the cable's loose or something like that. Um, any case, if it's a cabling issue, I'm going to replace them, but I kind of need to replace one of these mirrors anyways to expand the disk, to expand the Z pool. So I'm going to have to do it no matter what. Whether it's the disk or the cable, I'm going to be replacing the disk no matter what, just to expand capacity. And I will investigate, I'll take a look at the disk a little bit more closely, and I might repurpose the disk in here, at least one of the disks, maybe both of them, depending on how they look after I, look at them in a little bit more detail on another system. I might attach them to some of my Proxmox hosts that I just use for development and lab testing and stuff. I'll just create a nice big pool on one of those hosts and just use it for testing. But this NAS here is my important NAS. This is where I keep like all my videos and all my important data. I keep it on here. So this one I kind of really care about the data remaining intact, even though I do have backups. So anyways, if you found this interesting, hopefully you did find it interesting. Hopefully maybe someone learned something from this or found this useful. Either case, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.